Hello everyone, welcome back to Excellence Talk.
What a pleasure to have Danny Lin in our Excellence Talk. Last time we met in Beijing, China, and today you are in Los Angeles, California.
Hi, it's my great pleasure to meet you here online in this virtual meeting.
Danny, I know you. You are a strategic branding consultant for some leading brands, and you're the chief editor of Total Brand Management. You also have an MBA in strategic branding. Can you please explain us how branding and strategy are related?
It's an excellent question. Let's suppose there's a cat. This cat is searching for food. He needs to do plans in order to search for his food. Where to find milk, where to find popcorn, where to find water, how to approach resources for the lunch, etc. All these efforts, we call it strategy, because strategy is all about selection. In words, I think strategy is all about achieving a goal by doing something and not doing something. It's all about selection. It's all about decision-making among different options, if you have some. And very importantly, branding is a type of strategy, a systemic and systematic strategy. They're different. Systemic means looking things as a whole, but systematic means doing it step by step, logically and scientifically. Branding is all about to choose a means to realize strategic goals. Besides quality strategy, IT strategy, HR strategy, marketing strategy, etc. This is why we prefer to use a jargon branding strategy rather than normal strategy. I think it's very, very important. I like this part very much. I would say among all strategies, branding strategy is the focal point, which means that branding strategy is the most important and crucial strategy for a corporate or any kind of organizations. After all, brand equity is the most valuable equity owned by a company. It's not only assets, but equity. I think equity is the most valuable equity owned by a company. And I think branding is all about positioning, portfolio, identity, and communications. These are the building blocks of my concept. In my concept, TBM stands for Total Brand Management, TBM. I think every one of you are very familiar with the concept of TQM, but here I want to propose a new concept of TBM rather than TQM. To explain, positioning is to decide a unique position point in your target audience's mind, and portfolio is to decide how many brands you should own and how they are related. Identity is to decide how you present yourself to the world, especially to your targets. Communications is to decide how to inform your target you are powerful and valuable and indispensable to them. In a word, PPIC is the building block of TBM. PPIC stands for positioning, portfolio, identity, and communications are all four initials of those four keywords: positioning, portfolio, identity, and communications. That's why I think PPIC is the building block of my concept TBM, Total Brand Management. I have already applied this methodology to help large quantity of corporates to be successful on their road in search of brand excellence.
You operate from Beijing, China, and Los Angeles, United States. What are the similarities and differences between these two cultures if you talk about strategic branding?
I like this question very much. In my opinion, I think the similarities are very clear. Definitely, you need science of marketing to do things right. You analyze the grand market, if there is one. You segment the grand market into small segments. You brainstorm to decide what segments is attractive and profitable enough to your company. Then you allocate your resources. You produce, you manage, you sell your product, you distribute, you serve, you get feedbacks, you improve, you get rewards from your target segments of the market. I think it doesn't matter where you are operating in US, in the United States, or in China. You do what you are supposed to do through the methodology and the toolbox taught by your marketing textbooks. And in my opinion, I think the differences between different cultures are also very clear. For example, different market structures in China and the United States facilitate different opportunities. For example, e-commerce developed extremely fast in China. Why? Because they are heavily invested infrastructures in newly built cities and so-called economic zones. In the meantime, small e-commerce brands still survive because of diversified demands in vast land of China. It's so big land. In America, community businesses are always found in business clusters between different communities and various communities everywhere in lots of cities in America. And I think this makes it much easier for American brands to grow to a nationwide scale. Way of thinking is culture, and the way of living is culture as well. Way of doing is culture. They are all cultures in my view. Culture's aspect is very important, if not the most important, in strategic branding practices. In fact, I think it's fun to integrate cultural considerations into what we are doing in strategic branding.
Thank you for this insight, since you've been living in these two different cultures, so you have lots of understanding of the differences and all the similarities. Danny, you were educated in China and England. Then you've worked in the United States, in Nepal even, in China and many other places. Seems like very interestingly diversified what you do.
Yeah, true.
Did you ever have a culture shock? You must have some knowledge about cultural integration. Please share some with us.
Before I talk anything about the culture shock, I want to count the numbers, okay? A, D, Din, Za, Bach, Sa, Cho, A, No, Das. Guess, please. What are these numbers?
1 to 10 in Chinese?
Christian, actually, it's very interesting that it's not Chinese, but Nepalese.
Nepalese, okay. I should have known.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Yes, it's very interesting that I have learned a lot of Nepalese language when I was working in a hydropower station in Nepal. Very beautiful country. It's not very big, but very culturally diversified and very interesting. It's a cool place. I very much want to discuss my considerations and my feelings, my passions about different cultures, especially culture shock. I have learned a lot when I was working among different cultures. I think navigating in different cultures are just fun, not difficulties as perceived by many. You know, Christian and Murat, actually, I can tell you that I have been living continuously for at least 2 years in different 7 cities in the world. So simply put, calculating this duration of the time, that will be more than 14 years. Which means I've spent at least 14 years in different 7 cities in the world. That's why actually I enjoyed all these different cultures very much. I think navigating in different cultures are just for fun, not difficulties as perceived so by many. I was working in Nepal Kingdom as a project manager. There's no developed economy in Nepal, but the local people have very strong beliefs. Every time when they face difficulties and when they were facing problems, they go to approach their gods. They have lots of gods in their culture, lots of them, countless. When they approach their gods, they just want to say something to their gods. And after 1 minute, they will feel comfortable. They feel satisfied. They feel everything is okay. It's recovered. Everything is just fine. And I think this made them easier to be satisfied, even when the environment is harsh and challenging. I call this culture, this really culture. And I would like to say that I once communicate with a local Nepalese friend. I told him that Westerners claim that God is love. Guess what? He replied immediately. He said, but love is God. I was touched very much. I think that sentence, that calm words inspired me a lot. To me, this is an undoubtedly advanced thought, although they are not enjoying an advanced material life at all. I call this culture. During the time when I was doing my MBA degree in England, that was about 20 years ago. I was there.
You don't look as old as you are, probably, Danny.
I choose to believe so. Thank you, Christy. I realized that British people treasure their tradition a lot. They have a consistent love for their traditions, just like other peoples in the rest of the world. You know what is the most valuable stuff for them? It's always old stuff, but not the new stuff. To this extent, I found similarities among different cultures of China, United Kingdom, Nepal, and the United States of America. They all treasure the same things. I believe that whenever you are, whatever you do, we as human beings are of some common values, common beliefs, unanimously, globally, and internationally. I believe that love is always the key. Love is always the God in everything, especially in branding, especially in our road in search of brand excellence rather than a normal excellence.
In China, you were the first one who raised public interest on the intertwined relationship between quality and brand. What is the relationship between quality management and strategic branding in your view?
It's very important, in my opinion. A smart guy has two brains. Actually, it's not imagination, it's science. A smart guy has two brains, left brain and right brain. Leonardo da Vinci created many crazy machines, and he is one of the greatest artists in history. He loved both science and fine arts. He was superb both in left brain and right brain. Another guy is called Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein played violin very well. He was a very excellent violinist. At the same time, he was one of the greatest scientists in history. He was superb both in left brain and right brain. You know, actually, left brain is for violin and right brain is for physics, right? Simply put, a super smart company should be excellent both in its left brain and right brain. No left, please. No right, please. It's a matter of balance. Then what a left and right brain stands for a company or a brand? The answer is a company's left brain is quality. A company's right brain is brand. Or left is quality management and right is for strategic branding. This is my idea. It's a very strong one for years. And I've told this idea to lots of clients, to lots of brands in China, around the world, everywhere. And this is why since some 20 years ago, I started to tell companies that both quality and brand are crucial to their future excellence, to their future success. Yes, they listen to me very carefully. And this is why I even created a jargon to present my ideas. And this jargon is quality brand. It's not a normal brand. It does not mean a high quality brand. Rather, it means an integrated quality equity, both from quality and brand. Again, a quality brand means an integrated equity, both from quality and brand. Yes, they listen to me very carefully. And nowadays, lots of initiatives and new projects in China are titled quality brand, whatever by the government or by various organizations in different industries everywhere in China. Further, the relationship between quality and brand may be explained by an interesting branding logic. That is, excellent quality is the essential condition for excellent brand, but excellent quality is not the sufficient condition for excellent brand. Quality is important, but not enough. In order to enjoy excellent brand equity, you need to do much more to achieve excellence in branding. You need to communicate with your target audiences, with your segment marketing. You need to persuade them. You need to adjust your images and public perceptions to attract your target audiences. All these have nothing to do with the only quality and quality management. It's all about branding and strategic branding. In a word, quality is the foundation, basics. Quality is so important, but brand is charm, brand is fascination.
Danny, that's so fascinating and new for me. Most of those things I've never heard before.
Thank you, Christian.
You've created this concept of total brand management and built the foundations for it. I mean, most of our listeners know or have some knowledge about total quality management. What is total brand management then?
Thank you for this question. TQM stands for Total Quality Management. Actually, TQM was a very strong idea that has helped a lot around the world. It has helped lots of companies, lots of brands around the world. Actually, total quality management is well perceived and well promoted for years. TQM helped manufacturers a lot. But when we are talking about branding, things are very different. Brand as a hard word always can be heard in two places. The first place is the top executive meeting room. And the second place is the communications department meeting room.
Yeah.
Or maybe you can call it the marketing department meeting room, or maybe a strategic communication department meeting room. These two places, they discuss the brand in very loud voice. I'm quite sure people love to mention the word brand because they want to show they are aware of the importance of so-called brand, not only quality. Mm-hmm. Nevertheless, after all these meetings are over, finance is still finance. Production is still production. Logistics is still logistics. Selling is selling. Quality is quality. Everything is in its original place, very well, happily and routinely. But, my friend, where is the brand? My friend, where is the brand? I would say the poor brand is already nowhere to find. Where's the brand, my friend? Everything is in this place, but where's the brand? The poor brand is hiding timidly until to be called into the meeting rooms again next time. Okay. I want to change this by my efforts. Actually, my idea is that you cannot try your best to do the best quality and wait quietly for your best brand approaching you. You need to do something deliberately to achieve a top brand. Then I said to them, beside TQM, you need a TBM, meaning total brand management. Here comes my PPIC model for my TBM. They are positioning, portfolio, identity, and communications. These are the building blocks of my concept, total brand management. To explain, the positioning is to decide a unique point in your target audience's mind, in their mind. In order to be unique, we need to differentiate ourselves in many optional aspects. And these options are ideas, products, services, and other ingredients. Portfolio is to decide how many brands you should own and how are they related. It's all about structure, logically. Normally speaking, there is more than one brand in a company, normally speaking, always more than one. At least one for your company, at least one for your product. Sometimes you have a brand for your services. Sometimes you have a brand for your idea, for your methodology, for your business model, for everything you want to brand. And the third, identity is to decide how you present yourself to the world, especially to your target audiences. A brand can be identified by name, ideology, character, visual perception, behavioral model, even sound, flavor, and taste. All these things are options you can brand. You can brand them. You can do a strategic branding for everything. And more abstractly, feeling. You can do your brand to a feeling. For example, sing a song. Feeling, nothing more than feeling. I think this song is represent my idea very well. Okay, feeling.
You are a great singer.
When you thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kristen. When you're talking about feeling, my friend, you can do strategic branding for your feeling rather than real life things. Okay, feeling is very abstract, but you can do strategic branding for your feeling. And the fourth, communications is to decide how to inform your target. You are powerful and valuable and indispensable to them. We can choose advertisement, public relations, events, event marketing, personal sales, word of mouth, digital marketing, cost-related marketing, corporate social responsibilities, which stands for CSRs, and the so-called IMC, integrated marketing communications. In a word, PPIC is the building block of TBM, which is total brand management. I've applied this methodology to help large quantity of companies and organizations to be successful in their road to brand excellence.
Imagine one of our listeners has a responsibility for strategic brand management. Which advice would you give to them? How can they start? And what would be a stepwise approach to achieve the success?
First of all, I would say congratulations. Why? If you are really doing things on or related to strategic brand management. In a word, strategic brand management is a unique attempt in corporate. This means you are supposed to do brand management as well as strategic management. It's not only brand management as well as strategic management. It's for sure that you are not necessarily in charge of the strategy of your company, but still you are doing things affecting your company's long-term strategy. What you need to succeed in doing strategic brand management? 3 things. The first thing is that a passion for brand excellence. You need a passion for brand excellence, not a normal excellence, but a brand excellence. 2, a branding body of knowledge. That is a branding BOK. And 3, a sense of aesthetics. A sense of aesthetics. Let's talk about it one by one. The first one, a passion for brand excellence. If you love to be special, love to be unique, love to be perceived to do things creatively and innovatively, if you are confident you are like this, you have an intuitive talent for a branding job. And the second thing is that you need a body of knowledge of branding. This is a branding, okay. You need to know things of positioning, marketing, product designing, pricing, channels management, strategic communications, advertisement, sales promotions, digital promotions, social media management, etc. in order to succeed in branding. And the third thing is that you need a sense of aesthetics. Aesthetics is so important. Actually, this means you have your willingness to be in the road in search of beauty, not only a pure success, but beauty. It is very important, but this point is always underestimated. You love beauty, beauty of nature, beauty of arts, beauty of thoughts, beauty of innovations and technologies, beauty of the world. I cannot imagine a mind neglecting beauty of this world will succeed in branding arena. The most exciting part of the road to excellence. It's my great pleasure to say something about my idea during all these years. Actually, in past 20 or 30 years, I've been doing things related to strategic marketing, related to brand building, to strategic communications, and everything I have done during all these years, I can summarize into one word. And this word is branding. Actually, branding is my love. I love branding so much. And good luck for everyone. It's all for me to share with you this time. Thank you very much, Kristen. Thank you very much, Murat. I really hope that I can share with you next time detail. I've so many things to share with you.
Thank you. You've opened a new world for me. You know, you've connected branding to feelings, to a song, to values, to love, to everything. That is amazing. Thank you very much for sharing this, for sharing your experience.
Thank you very much, Danny. It was a pleasure for us to have you in Excellence Talk. I learned a lot. Thank you very much for your great insight. I'm sure that it will be very helpful for many people who are listening to us from all over the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.